is hard. No, I'm just kidding. No, but it is. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing how to fix this packaging error that tends to occur in UE 5.5 for some reason when trying to build to Android. Or I guess anything, because I've had this effect PC as well. I don't know why it's occurring, but it is occurring, and it has a tendency to blame the CPU, but it ain't the CPU. So I'm going to go over how to fix this problem because it occurs and it's very frustrating and can be quite slow to solve. It took me 2 weeks to figure out how to solve it, so let's speed that up for you, let's go. All right. So first, what I want to say is I don't know exactly what's going on, but it has to do something with like when it's like the engine gets gunked up in like its processors or its data or whatever, and it causes it to make it so that it's like every time you go to package, the packaging fails, and it's not good. So we have to figure out a way to fix this. And in order to fix this, what we actually have to do is we have to delete and regenerate a bunch of stuff, including our default engine.ini. I don't know why, but it seems to work. So let's get to that. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to your C drive. Unless, of course, you've gone and customized it because, you're unique. And you want to find the users folder. Pop into that. Pop into the user that is relevant, which is the one that you're doing the game development in. You want to go into that one. Then you want to go into app data. And oh boy, here is the good stuff. Now, we probably want to close down the engine at this point, which I haven't done, so I'm going to do that. Go in, close the engine. We're all good. And I'm basically just going to go through each of these folders. Go, let me see. We've got a folder called Unreal Engine. Oh, that's interesting. Yes, no, okay. So I'm going to delete that. Yes, continue to delete that. Fine. So we have to go in, delete this, and then delete this, and then you can go out a level, and because now it's an empty folder, we can go and delete that. Which you could argue does nothing, but you know what? I'm going to argue that it does something because, yeah. Now I'm going to go into, no, I don't need to go there. No, I do not. Now I'm going to go into local, which is going to have even more data, and it's going to be related to Unreal Engine. So we got something for the build tool. That's cool. Unreal Engine. That's cool. All right. It's going to fight me on this. That's brilliant. We love to see it. It's really going to fight me on this. It's really going to fight me on this. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing a thing that it shouldn't be doing. Let's go. And it's really going to fight me on this. What is it arguing here, man? Dang, dude. Upper level. Maybe now we can go delete? No! Alright. Delete. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to delete all this stuff. Delete. Make it disappear. It's going. Let's see. And then that should mean that I can go ahead And delete that. Awesome. And delete that. Cool, cool, cool. So that's been all cleared out. And that's all the things relating to Unreal Engine that we need to clear out. The next thing that you're actually going to need to do is you're going to need to open the version of Unreal Engine that your project is made in, right? Because this step is important because we're going to have to delete the project settings that we had and replace it with a brand new blank one. For whatever reason, this helps. It fixes things. I don't know. Something about the old one just gets all gunked up. And so you need a new one that comes from a fresh project. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on the third person template. I'm doing C++. Might be part of where the problem is coming in. I'm doing, again, this is for like Android, mobile. So mobile, scalable. Sure, add the starter project or whatever needs to happen. Then you can call it whatever, and it will be like, for me, I guess I can call it the reference project. That's right, reference. And I am going to click create. Okay. So now we've created this brand new empty project, and you probably noticed that all your editor stuff has been lost, and that's because you deleted all of the files. That is something to understand, is that when you're deleting all the app data stuff, you lose a lot of the customizations you may have made to your editor. Now, as I was kind of going through and doing this, I kind of thought to myself, oh, you know what might be a worthwhile thing? Make sure that packaging is working by packaging this empty project to Android. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go platforms to Android. I'm going to make it etc. I'm going to change it to, yep, so that's development. I'm going to package the project. I'm going to go and I'm going to create a folder in the project. I would not recommend doing this. For your project, I'd recommend creating a folder outside the project. But packaged game or packaged game. Oh, no, that's not it. Right, but I'm just doing this quickly. I guess this is supposed to be like your re-implementation or whatever. Like, this isn't actually your project, so it doesn't really matter. So now I'm just going to wait for that to package. And there we go. That has resulted in a successful build. So that is showing the results that we are looking for. And you might think to yourself, cool, all solved, all fixed, no problems, we're all good. But for whatever reason, it will just get gunked up again. So what we actually instead need to do is, now that we have this very basic project, is we need to go to where we've created it and grab its default engine.ini. So here I am in the reference project, and I'm going to double click into the config and go into default engine.ini. I'm going to double check it, make sure that everything in here is all good. Yep. Yes, it seems fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to delete some of the sections of the INI that relate to the specific template. And let's hope that that functions as intended. Let's go back and delete that. And I'm going to go up here and let's see. So that. Delete those things. Probably. And then that thing as well. And then just go file, save that. So we've changed the project files here. I'm going to close that, open it, double check, and make sure those changes have actually saved. Cool, cool, cool. That's what we want. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to copy it. Then over in my relevant project, I want to paste it, right? But I have a bunch of settings that I've already done to my project that I do kind of want to save. So to make sure that I save the project settings that I actually want, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all the project files that I need to regenerate. So that's like VS, binaries, intermediate, saved, the .sln, the derived data cache, and I think I might go into my plugins and do the same thing. Just in case, binaries, intermediate, binaries, intermediate, binaries, intermediate, and then binaries, intermediate. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit paste here, and then I'm going to go into this config, go copy this, right? Then I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to drag in this one into the config. So this is the new one that we've gone and just created. And then I am going to go and place this out like a level. So I'm going to go to my GitHub folder and just paste it here. So that I like have reference to it. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that is not what I thought it was. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. This is why we have GitHub repos. I'm gonna go back and undo the changes that I've just gone and done. So I've just gone and undone those changes where I've deleted it. I did that on the other screen. And this has gone back to the way it was. I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna drag it out to here. So that default engine .ini is sitting there. And in the GitHub level, I'm gonna go. Oof. I'm just trying to make it so that it doesn't complain about conflicts. So I'm gonna go copy, paste, double click on this one. And that is the one we want. So we can go out a level, delete that, and go organize my bags. Then go and grab this and drag it out a level. And now if we double click this, this is exactly what we want to see. Cool. So now with all of that set up and everything kind of ready to regenerate, this is when we right click, show more options, and generate Visual Studio project files. So after that is gone and generated, I'm going to go into the .sln. Now that we're here, I'm going to go Control F5 and build it so we can get back into the project. So now, after the project has gone and been added and altered, the next course of action is to go ahead and I'm going to package this for Android again. So there we go. I've started packaging the project I'm actually working on to Android. I haven't changed my project settings back because I want to test that this is going to work. And after that, I'm going to change my project settings, package it again, and ideally, it should be working. So I will be back after this is packaged. So I actually made a mistake. I just realized this. I'm going to cancel the package because I meant to change this to etc and change it to development. Yeah, so etc development package project. Now, I'll see you after it's done packaging. And there we go. We have successfully built the project. Now, obviously all my project settings are messed up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my default engine.ini that I saved from the deletion, and I'm going to copy everything back in. There are some project settings that I'm not sure that I should really be sharing because it's like an Android build. I don't know. So I'm not actually going to show this part, but essentially all I'm going to be doing is popping open this, pulling out to this, having this on the side by side. So this and this, and I am going to go ahead and change the project settings by going project settings here and going through everything to make sure that it tries to be as equivalent as possible. So I will be back. And here we are after I've gone and changed all my project settings back to the way I want them to be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to package, and ideally it should work after I delete the previous package. Now I'm going to package now that I have deleted the previous package. And there we go. The build has finished and it is functioning and it's not throwing an error anymore. So that should be all the problems. That should be solved. It should be fixed up. If you have any other further problems, feel free to comment about it. And maybe I might be familiar and might be able to lend a hand and, like, you know, message and kind of say how to fix it. Find out. But if you like this video, if you found it helpful, then like the video. If you want to see more, then please subscribe. This one is a very slow process, as I'm sure you noticed when you tried to do it. So I'd really appreciate, you know, sticking around. Alright, goodbye.